that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the MMA Mainstream Podcast. I am James with Kaylin and our guest, Tom. What's going on, Tom? How's it going?
Tom Owens here. I'm doing good, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
It's awesome to see that you guys keep doing this little, you and Kaylin keep doing this mainstream podcast. So what's the deal with this mainstream podcast? You guys do it every Friday or what?
As of now, yeah, we do it every Friday, and we just talk about what's gone on in the week of MMA. And there's been some kind of weird stuff. It just depends on what you're into in the world of MMA. Like, there's been political stuff with MMA as it pertains to Tito Ortiz. We just had UFC 257, Conor McGregor getting defeated by Dustin Poirier in a really solid performance by Poirier. And then there was also some comments by Casey Kenny as it pertained to Megan Anderson, who has a fight coming up in the near future, hopefully, against Amanda Nunes. So those are some of the things that. So the Amanda Nunes, Casey Kenny made some inappropriate comments about his coworker Megan Anderson. So we'll be getting around to that in this edition. So let's start off with UFC 257. Like I just said, Conor McGregor lost, and I chose McGregor, but Poirier shocked me. He's gotten better every time. I just didn't know he'd gotten that much better.
Did he really shock you?
Like, yes and no. I feel like he looked good, but I also do feel like there was a regression in Conor's striking. He didn't look like Conor of old.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Poirier, but I'm not going to take away from anything for Poirier. He went out there and he did the thing.
Yeah, he did the
Poirier
thing.
gets better every single fight recently.
Yeah.
Dude, Poirier, I just think he is so tough, man. Poirier.
Yeah.
With all that experience.
It's crazy because he's been around for a long time already, but now it seems like it's the time.
James, who does Poirier train with? Who's his coach?
I'm not really sure.
I know he goes all around.
What I remember of him is he was out of Louisiana, and I don't know if he still trains out of there. I'm pretty sure. I think he trains an American Top Team.
Okay. Yeah, I think he travels for his fight camp.
For his camps.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He goes all around. Hey, and what do you guys, Kaylin, I know you train kickboxing a lot. It seems like it's almost it's not a new thing, but it's happening more often in the UFC in the last 2 years, is the tie kicks to the calf, the upper calf right below the knee. And it used to be a lot when you would see the tie kick above the knee into the thigh, which would really hurt a guy. And a few, Marco Huaz was known for that kind of thing. And you take so many of those kicks to the thigh, and then the guy can't put the weight on the leg, and then usually it's a downhill slope. But, man, it seems like that happens so much quicker when they kick to that calf. Kaylin, what do you think about those calf kicks? You ever do that?
I haven't trained it specifically to just do that. I know they hurt though. It's kind of like, I don't know, no matter what you train or just go to the gym in general, if you ever work out your legs and your calves, you can't walk for like a week. It's those could go pretty quick. Once your calves go, you have your stance is all off, your balance is off, can't put your weight on your leg. It's
brutal.
What
do you think about that, James, those kicks to the calf?
I don't want to be kicked in the calf. Well, I don't want to be beat up in general, but I mean, yeah, it makes it difficult to get around unless you got a wheelchair.
Yeah. Conor needed one after that.
Yeah.
True.
Hey, what do you think about this too? The mentality of, after we normally see Conor in most of his fights, there's a lot of trash talk, and it's really his thing, and it makes a really big thing of it. But this time, in all the meetings I've seen leading up to the fight, they were both being super respectful to each other, which I dig when guys do that. But do you think the change of Conor doing that, guys, you think that played a little bit of the difference, the way he fought out there?
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? You've seen how he was.
I think he's just growing up.
I don't think it changed the way I don't think it changed the way he fought, but it did change his mentality and the way he approaches a fight, because there was no trash talk. There was no trash talk between either of them. I feel like, okay, if he fought Nate Diaz, Nate Diaz is going to trash talk.
Yeah.
That's going to bring out old Conor McGregor, and McGregor's going to go right back at it. Whereas Poirier is classier. He doesn't do that. He doesn't need that to promote a fight. So Conor didn't really do anything, which could have affected his game.
Yeah, I think Conor just goes off at his opponent, to be honest, because Dustin wasn't trash talking at all, so it was pretty calm.
No,
yeah.
And Dustin, he's done some pretty cool things lately. If you guys know who that Justin Wren is? He's a guest on Rogan's show a lot.
Yeah,
he fought in the UFC.
Yeah,
but he has that Fight for the Forgotten deal he does, where he puts in those water wells over there. And Dustin Poirier, he just had donated he had raised like $125,000 for that. Something crazy that he donated into it. So they're probably both growing up.
I read that Conor donated I forgot the dollar amount. It was like
$500,000. It was something.
I thought it was over $1 million.
Oh, it could have been. I just thought it was a really high number. Yeah, he donated to it, so that was really awesome of him to do that.
Yeah,
especially when you see most most fighters with Conor are always like rah, 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 rah. And this was very calm, very respectful, very different. Yeah. So maybe we'll see Conor of old in the next fight in the way that he runs his mouth. But
I don't think he's going to go back to that. I don't think he's going to go back to being that way.
That would be something serious if he doesn't. I'd like to see that. That'll be interesting to find out.
He's been talking less and less.
It would help hype a fight.
But what about but if he fights Nate Diaz again, dude, I like the sound of that. There's going to be some
I feel like it's like, okay, all right, ready, go.
I think Nate Diaz is already talking trash.
Nate Diaz has never stopped.
Oh, that's true.
With Nate Diaz, no matter how game he is, I love him and his brother.
Where'd Tom go?
Brother, they come back with the same. They're good always, but it doesn't seem like they change the game up too much, though.
No, they do their thing, and they're really good at it. That's the thing. Like if they sucked, they would be disregarded, but they're not. They're really good, and so they just keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. And what about the older brother Nick? Have you guys heard anything from him? Is he going to fight again, or is he getting up there in age?
I hear rumors, but that's all they are.
Yeah, I heard he's coming back, or I heard that he's always been training. I don't know about actually getting a fight. Yeah. Not sure. I think Dana White talked about it too after the pay-per-view. But he kind of disregards it for right now. It feels like maybe more of the media is trying to entice him, and he just kind of disregards it every time they ask about it. So I don't know.
He does Ironman competitions. He's always training.
He's always
he has. I don't know if he continues to, but he's exactly. He's always in shape.
I know they do. Him and his brother do a lot of triathlons and stuff like that.
Yep, they do the triathlons, ultra marathons, all that good stuff. So, anyhow, what about there was another cool thing I liked that night. It was the two tough dudes, Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler.
Yeah. That was a crazy fight. That fight reminded me a lot of Bisping versus Henderson, with the way Hooker was circling, and then Chandler, boom, got him. That was it.
Dude, Chandler's like he's like a pit bull, man. That dude, the way he just kind of stalks his dude down.
Well, you have to be to fight someone like Dan Hooker, because Dan Hooker is always going to stay on the outside, which is what he was doing. It kind of seems like he was walking him down. He was just trying to get his distance, just to get one of those straights or a knee, but he never got the chance. And then by that time, Chandler was already in his face. So he did exactly what he needed to do to get that.
Yeah.
Hey, so
is Michael Chandler in his debut?
Is he in the same weight class as McGregor and those guys, or what? Or is it the one below?
He's around there. He can make those weights, so it shouldn't be a problem.
What weight class was Dan Hooker in?
They are. They're both lightweight.
Oh, okay, 155.
So I could see something like that going on.
Well, he did call out McGregor after his fight. So
I missed that.
We could see.
I'll watch it. Definitely.
I'll watch Chandler fight anybody at this point.
I know.
Right?
I know.
I'll watch like the old Kimbo Slice fight. I'll watch him fight in the backyard. I don't care.
Right? Exactly. Did you pay much attention to Bellator?
I
As much
haven't
as you
lately.
do?
I haven't either. I haven't really seen anything since their break for the holiday.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything advertised or anything. I haven't looked that hard, but I haven't noticed anything.
Same.
Okay, and then what about the girl fight we had? Joanne Calderwood versus Jessica Ai. What did you guys think of
That
that?
surprised me. Calderwood came out and she really put it on her. Like from what I saw the highlights because I can't afford the $70 to watch UFC. Let's just be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
But from what I saw, Calderwood came out and she did the thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, all 3
Well,
rounds pretty good.
Yeah, I would think a crafty guy like you would have some kind of website to go to or something, dude.
I would not like to talk about that. That is
Now's
Let's
probably
keep that
not a
on
good
the
time
under.
to be doing that, I hear.
Yeah,
Dana
especially
White
with Dana
said,
White
"Don't
being
do
like,
it."
"I'm gonna find you.
He
I have a
did.
certain set of
He caught,
skills."
he caught the guy that,
Yeah, which is nuts. And
but
Did he
the
actually?
guy didn't
scary.
even
No
attempt to
way.
do it.
He actually did catch somebody in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put it on.
so he said Dana White was saying that he has someone that he knows, or they found someone that he knows that sends out all the streams. I don't know what site it is, but he had put that message out there saying, we're gonna find you, better not do it. And then right after he said that, the night before the fight, he put out a message. The guy that does the streams, he put out a message saying, "I'm not going to be streaming the UFC, but I'll send you a link where you can find where to order it legally." And he never posted up the link, so Dana White was pretty happy about that.
Dude, and UFCs, man, they're not cheap anymore.
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
a
have like a
pretty.
subscription to the ESPN Plus, and then you got to pay I think it was $70 for this pay-per-view on top of that.
I think they
No,
all are now. Like
no.
69 or something. Like they used to be 50 or 60. I think they went up $10.
I remember when they were cheaper than that, and they
I
were
remember
every
when
other
they were
month.
$20, bro. They were like $20. The first 4
Yep.
UFC.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
Kaylin, I'm sure you have, but have you watched those first, like the 1 through 4 of the UFCs?
Yeah. I mean, I always see them. I always catch them on like their playbacks that they play. ESPN Plus likes to put on a lot of old fights, so I'll catch those. I don't know. They're kind of. I don't remember them by number, but I've seen most of them.
Some of my favorite fights are those early fights. Joe's son
getting pretty wild.
getting beat up by Keith Hackney. Oh man, that's amazing. And Joe's son is now in prison for murder, or he murdered his cellmate. Yeah, crazy story. Yeah.
Hey, let me see if I remember right on that fight. Is that the one where Keith Hackney had him down and did the nut shots?
Yeah, punched him right in the
Continuous
junk.
nut shots.
Oh man,
That was
that
when
was
you
legal.
That was when you could hit to the balls
man,
in the UFC.
anything was legal.
It was. I don't
That's
know.
what
Okay, I knew it was
that's
bad.
what
I know it
made-
was that bad.
All right, let me
That's what
test
made
your
UFC
skills.
so great.
Let me test your skills, James.
Oh geez.
There was 3 rules that you couldn't do in the UFC.
Oh, I think
No
I know.
fish hooking, no eye gouging,
And one more.
and you could throw them over the fence. I'm not sure about.
No biting.
That's
Lord.
right.
Those were the only 3 fucking rules.
Did they even wear mouth guards?
If it was like up to you, it was up to you.
Depending on the fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know they raised the cage after Tank Abbott fought when he tried to throw a guy out of the cage.
He did try to throw the dude, and he almost did throw the dude out of the cage.
I know. That's the scary part.
Tank Abbott's the guy that I would like to interview, man.
I interviewed him years ago when he fought Paul
you did?
Mantello.
I know he's he's not the easiest guy to interview.
He was chill. I interviewed him before he fought Paul Mantello at the Same Art Center for Strikeforce.
Isn't
It
he a
was
ref
interesting to say the least. Oh, he's reffing?
I think so. Unless I might be thinking of someone else. I think he is.
That would be awesome to see. I would like to see him as a ref.
I think that was him. I could be wrong. Someone from way back in the day that used to fight in UFC is a ref now. I think it was Tank Abbott. Maybe it was somebody else though. I could be wrong.
I just have this idea in my head that he'd be like needing to pull someone off, and then he's just like, F it. He just punches him in the face.
Hey, okay, since we're talking about history, We're giving people history lessons right now. If they listen, hey, here's a net. You got a good memory, James. And James has been around the game for a while. Hey,
Too long.
this guy changed the. He evolutionized the game of MMA. Let's see if you remember this. He was the very first guy to wear those gloves that we use now into the
Yeah.
UFC.
Yeah. That was like one of the big deals because he didn't you don't want to mess up his hands.
Who was it?
It was Tank Abbott.
Was it Tank?
Tank Abbott was the first person I remember seeing wearing the gloves.
I think he was the first guy. Was it him or Gary Goodrich? I think it was Tank.
I think it was Tank. Because Gary Goodrich's first fight, when he had the dude in the crucifix, I don't recall wearing gloves.
I think
So
you're
I'm pretty
right.
sure
I think
it was Tank Abbott.
did. Good old Tank. What was your favorite? Do you have like any period of the UFC that was your favorite time?
Ooh, I'd have to say the beginning because it was just so out there. You'd bring in just almost anybody, and okay, you're gonna fight this guy. Go. We didn't really see. We had certain established stars, like we had Hoist Gracie, we had Ken Shamrock, but every other guy, like people that watched it might remember their names. Nobody else remembers their names. Like Fred, I want to say it was Edich. That guy went in there, and it was like the worst MMA fight ever. He got beat down so bad. And he was just trying to be like, I'm this like karate stylist. And he got the beat out of him. It was awful.
And what
Yeah,
about
just
you? What about you, Kaylin?
Favorite time period for UFC?
Yeah.
Well, I know all those old fights are always all good, but I like when I first started getting into it, which was when it was like around 2009, 10, 2008 maybe. I know it seems kind of late, but I really like that. The weight class I liked the most was the welterweights. Those were really exciting. I liked watching like Carlos Condit, Nick Diaz, GSP.
Carlos Condit was legit.
Yeah. And then back when Big Rig, what's his name? Johnny Hendricks. Back when he was good too. Those are really exciting.
What was his name? Big Rig?
Yeah, that's his fight name. Big Rig?
It was something like that, huh?
The
Big Rig.
The time that I enjoyed it a lot also was during, I'd say like UFC 44, when Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz.
Yeah.
Man, those were some fights.
Those
I
were
think
the
that
good
was
old
right
days,
before,
bro.
like the what I was just talking about, like the 2008. I think that was like the era right before when all those guys were doing
it was the era before, and just man, those light heavyweight fights, like every single one was just awesome. The only fight that really kind of sucked for a main event was Randy Couture versus Vitor Belfort. Vitor came in and caught Randy's eye with his glove, and so it cut him. And so the fight was over in like a minute, maybe less than that. And so Vitor won the belt, but they ran it back. Oh man. Randy Couture had white trunks or white shorts on. They ended up being pink because he beat the bejesus out of Vitor so bad that it was just blood all over.
Pink Santarans.
Amazing. It was amazing. Those were good times.
People don't talk about Randy Couture enough, dude. He was one of the greatest ever, man.
They don't, which is funny because he didn't have the greatest record. He was like 16-8, but it was the wars that he went through that made him such a great fighter.
Yep, exactly. Bringing back the good old times. Man, so what's going on with this local scene, dude?
Locally, from what I was talking to Archie about, was the underground jiu-jitsu thing you guys got going on. The venue is moved, from what I understand. You guys are going to be doing it at Halo Jiu-Jitsu now.
Which I think is better.
February 21st. Yeah, I think so too. It's more from what me and Archie were talking about. It should be more space compared to what the previous venue had. So I think it's going to be great in the way of setup for when we stream it.
Plus
That's something that
Halo gym is it just has the look in there and everything. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful gym. He's got the bags. I think it's going to have a cool look in the background. Are you guys going to attend?
I plan on helping out on the production side, helping Archie out and helping you guys out because, Tom, I believe you're going to be doing play-by-play and reffing for this.
I might be doing that, even a little bit of announcing when the guy comes out.
Yeah, doing a little play-by-play.
In the
yeah.
red corner. I've always wanted to do that. Hey, I'm going to at least do one of them. It might be I might look foolish, but hey, I can mark that off my life list of things to do. Is being one of those announcers for at least one fight.
You'll be the worst buffer, not Bruce Buffer, not Michael Buffer, but the worst buffer.
Right. Hey, or maybe the best. You never know. You never know.
You could be amazing at it.
What about Kaylin? You going to compete or what?
Compete? Jiu-jitsu? Yeah. No, that's not a good idea.
That'd be dope. She goes in, she's like, all right, I'm ready. And then kicks the dude. Yeah.
Have you ever done a jiu-jitsu tournament, Kaylin? That's not your thing?
Have I done it? No, I got into it and realized that I was hurting going to do Muay Thai. And then I got scheduled for a Muay Thai fight. So I couldn't afford to be sore from something else. I had to give all of my time. And I haven't gone back. But I think I've done like 20 classes, if that. Not a lot. It's tough though.
You gotta say hi to Abby.
That's right, Kitty. You tell him.
Hey, this is probably the fattest cat on earth right here, dude.
Whoa.
Dude, that is a fat cat. I've seen some fat cats. That's a pretty fat cat. Dude, put the cat down. It's hungry. Jeez. Leave it alone,
dude, this thing's wearing me. I know. She'll bite you, dude. She just wanted to say hi. She's right there.
Meow.
That was my dad's cat right there.
Aw.
Old Pappy. That was what he left behind.
Oh man. Hey, so have you guys heard about Tito Ortiz being on the city council in Huntington Beach?
Yeah, I heard he was running.
Cool, though.
He ran.
Tito Ortiz is a smart dude.
He ran. He won, but he's causing some problems with other city council members. He keeps he's a huge Trump supporter, and he's anti-mask. And so if he gets kicked out of a
his head is too big for a mask, bro.
Oh yeah, because they don't fit him probably.
Oh man, so check it out. One time I was looking at Google Earth.
And his head came up.
I was like, let's see Huntington Beach. Yeah, dude, I couldn't see Huntington Beach, but I saw his big ass head.
Yeah. Hey, that dude though, even though he was a punk, he was kind of one of the first like punk ass dudes or the guy that act like it on UFC. He really was like he was the Huntington Beach bad boy. Hey, but that legit. Guy, he's always on the background. He's always helped out kids and like in wrestling programs and things like that.
Yeah.
Hey, he's really good to his fans.
Yep.
I'll say that. When I met him, really nice guy, great to his fans. But
dude,
just
he's been through so much stuff though. Yeah, I don't know if you know his story, but all his back surgeries and
yeah, dude, gnarly.
One of his ex-wives or ex-girlfriend or whoever she is caused a lot of problems for him.
You mean Gina Jameson?
Yeah, women can be so brutal, dude.
She was nuts though.
She disagrees.
Yeah, she's crazy, like for real. But the thing is with him being on the city council, he hasn't been playing nice with other city council members, and so they are very unhappy with his performance as the city councilman.
But but none of them will go up to him and tell him anything.
Is it all about the masks though? Is that their problem?
It's that, and it's just how he handles things. I don't think they really get along.
I kind of feel like he did that purposely. Like
I think
feel like that's the kind of attitude he had going into it on purpose. Because you think, a lot of people think I'm gonna fix things, but really they're just kind of mad about situations. So I think that might be part of the situation.
I think he wants to help, but I feel like he's not doing like kind of what he needs to in order to create change. He's just this is how I am. Screw you.
Yeah,
So
that's true. But one good thing that he's doing that most of these MMA fighters don't do is at least he found something to do after the MMA career.
fact. But he's
Yeah,
always
man.
seemed like that. He's been in movies. He's done all kinds of things to keep himself relevant and to keep himself out there. And I mean, I hope he does help his community. I mean, he's always been down for Huntington Beach. That he's a Huntington Beach bad boy, you know. So I feel like he
Still
needs to
wearing
do what
those
he needs to
trunks
do. Yeah, flames.
with the flames. He's
But
the first guy to have the flaming shorts.
he needs to do what he needs to do to help. But will he be able to give up a little bit of his pride that he has in order to
his
do
attitude.
so? Yeah.
So, Tito Ortiz, you bad boy. What else is going on? Hey, did you guys watch the? I was talking with a buddy of mine earlier, and I've watched it twice now just because it's so good. Is the Max Holloway fight? Did you guys watch that one?
Oh yeah.
Recent
I-
battle.
Mhm.
You haven't seen that, dude?
Ah,
Hey, I'll tell you what. Even usually when I see I didn't watch it live because I didn't know it was going to be on at 12 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh yeah.
And I was
yeah,
like,
some of these random times are killing me too.
I know. But I heard it was so good. Usually when I see a fight goes to decision, I'm not really like in the biggest hurry to go back and watch it. But that fight is good. Even though it's 5 rounds, it's 25 minutes of pure entertainment.
Yeah,
Really.
but he
I heard it was
barely
a
made
great
it.
fight.
Calvin Kattar barely made it all the rounds though, so it's not like it was a close fight.
No, it wasn't a close fight, but that kid, tell me how game is that kid though?
He survived, yeah, for sure.
Dude, to go through that fight, because that's a tough dude right there. I've seen some of his other fights. He's no chump, that's for sure. But
Mhm.
Max
Yeah.
Holloway is one of those guys that just looking at him and like hearing him talk, like it makes you wonder like what that guy's gonna do after this career. Hopefully that dude has some money in the stock market or something, man.
Hey,
'Cause
that's been changing lately. So
I
I don't know if there's gonna be a stock market anymore after that.
Oh, there will. This little
maybe
drop is hey,
stock.
They got to figure out
I'm
how to
no
re-rig
stock
it.
market master, but I've been playing around with it for the last couple of years, just toying with it with a little bit of money. They'll start dropping just like it is right now. Everybody will pull their money out. They'll lose a shitload of money. Then it'll go back up.
Yeah.
Those rich people know what they're doing, man. They've got their little games with that.
They know how to
I
play the
don't,
game,
but the
unfortunately.
people that run that thing, they know what they're doing.
They created
Now,
it, that's why.
Going back to UFC 257, I was really surprised to see that Sarah McMahon lost.
Yeah.
Yep, she's tough as can
I
be.
thought she would come out and be not necessarily dominate, but be really effective. And she got submitted. I was really surprised by that. Did you guys happen to catch that fight?
Yeah.
I did not. I didn't catch it. How did she get tapped?
Rear naked choke. I saw the highlights.
Yeah.
Who did she fight?
Juliana Pena.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought McMahon was gonna win because Pena had
McMahon's a
been doing
badass
good.
wrestler.
Yeah, Pena
So
had been
how did
doing
that
very
fight
good
go?
before.
Did McMahon took her down and then it tables turned or what?
Pena just seemed to be
Pena took her
doing
down first.
She did.
Pena, McMahon took Pena down first, couldn't get it, and then it reversed, and then Pena ended up getting it.
I love it.
I'll
tell you what.
I was kind of stunned because I thought more out of McMahon being this great wrestler, but she just didn't have it that night.
She tried.
Didn't have it.
She did try.
I think it happens to the best of them. You know what I mean? Everybody has their days, just like McGregor did. This kid is a good fighter too. He's not talked about much. I'll probably murder his name, but Mahmoud Muradov. Probably saying it wrong. He fought Andrew Sanchez.
Yeah, close enough, Tom. That was an interesting fight.
Hey, dude, those guys
That was a
coming from those guys coming from that area of the world over there are tough as can be.
They better be, dude. Living there, living where they live, I should say. You have to have a certain aspect of toughness to you, and those guys definitely have it.
Hey, and
That's
he
all
fought
they
like
do over there.
that's all they do. And man, those guys all have that same ground game when they It's very similar to Khabib. As soon as they hit the mat, the way they lasso the leg and they climb
Yeah,
up
it's
the
all
body.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah, and they will not, because you know how everybody, you guys can picture this. It happens all the time now. Now, when a guy hits the ground and he's in his guard against the fence, all he wants to do is get to that knee post, and right. That's what most guys are doing now because the guard submissions aren't so great. But those guys, Khabib and these other guys from that neck of the woods, they've like the next evolution is hit now because now when the guy goes to post up, you'll notice it now that I'm talking about it. If you haven't already, they'll lasso that leg and they stop it from going to the knee and they climb up the body. It's real interesting. It's something you never saw in the old UFCs. It's fairly new. But Khabib, I was one of the first guys I seen do it. But
Well, that's because when
they
Khabib
wrap up their
wrestles
legs
bears,
first.
when Khabib wrestles bears, he has to climb the bear. So he
Yeah.
imagines the person like a bear. He climbs them.
it's either climb the bear or get bit.
Yeah.
That's
one of the
exactly
two.
it.
So what's next? A free UFC coming up?
You know what? I haven't even
don't know
thought
what's
that
next.
far ahead. But the
didn't
UFC has something going on damn near every day.
I
so
think the
wouldn't be
next one
surprised.
is not this weekend, but next weekend on the 6th, I think. I think that's the day.
And it is a free one. I love these free ones, but they're not really
They
free
already
because you got to
had
have the ESPN
a
still,
fight
right?
call out though.
This one is
So-
Overeem. Overeem is headlining the card.
I think
And
White
it's
was
on
supposed
the
to be on that
6th.
card.
Hey, dude, that's a good fight right there. Alexander Volkov versus Overeem.
Frankie Edgar's on the card, and local Marion Renault is on the card.
Oh, who's she
That's
fighting?
right. We got our local guys. Now,
Pop
Marion, she's a friend of ours from here in Visalia. She used to train at my school even in the beginning, and we've kind of followed her through her career. Marion, she's in a tough situation right here, and I think she will overcome the adversity. I hope she does. I'm not sure. I think she has 2, maybe 3 losses in a row. Not like any kind of brutal loss or anything like that. I think there were even decisions, but that's got to be a stressful feeling, right? Going into a fight.
Yeah, a lot
UFC
of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. And what about this girl she's fighting, James Macy?
I don't know anything
haven't
about
paid
her.
attention. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to her. She's 7-1, so she's got quite the record advantage because Renault is 9-6, but we'll see. She's got the reach advantage.
How can you tell, James? The wins that Macy has, are they submissions? Okay, she's a grappler, 97%.
Takedown defense is 70%. Takedown accuracy. Renault has the takedown accuracy at 100%.
Wow.
So
one thing I know about Renault is her hands are looking sharp right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our local. I hope she does well.
Macy has more significant strikes landed at 4.4 per minute. Significant strikes 53%. So I think Macy's more of a striker, but she does have a sub game when you look at her wins by TKO, submission, and decision.
Yeah, she's got some. Okay, all right. Well, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. What about Corey Sandhagen versus Frankie Edgar?
Let's go find that one. There we go.
Yeah, I always like Frankie Edgar.
Everybody likes Frankie Edgar.
Yes, the answer.
According to this, it looks like the answer will be by decision based off of their records.
I know, right? You could just tell that Sandhagen is like a jiu-jitsu dude.
He's very lanky looking. So yeah. Whereas Edgar has the more of the build of a wrestler.
And he's got the answer.
Sandhagen's pretty good though.
Yes,
Edgar might not get that one.
No, he might not. Sandhagen, he reminds me of like a gamer that just got sick of gaming and went to jiu-jitsu.
He was like, I'm tired of being made fun of.
Yeah, I'm tired of these people talking trash and me not being able to touch them. Damn it.
Frankie Edgar doesn't have quite the experience, but
a fight that's going to be
Corey
good on that
Sandhagen
card?
has the he's more touted at number 2.
There you have it. I'll tell you another guy that I don't know what ever happened to him. Maybe it was injuries or what. He was looking good for a while, but he's a lightweight as Vanille Darius. I thought that guy had something going for a while there. Seemed like he was real good. And he's fighting Carlos Diego Ferreira, which I don't know much about him. You guys know about Darius?
I think it's been a while since he's fought, but I didn't know anything about him before that. I recognize his name. I don't remember exactly how his fights went.
He's got a pretty good record, 19-4-1. Yeah, he was looking real good, but all of a sudden he just disappeared. I don't know if it maybe failed a drug test, got an injury.
I think so. I think you're right. I think that's actually what happened. I could be wrong, but I think that is what happened.
Caught a case of the COVID.
Hope not. Man, COVID for some is rough. So hopefully that wasn't the case.
I know that fucking COVID. I'm so sick of it. Pardon my French.
But his country of origin is Iran. So, I mean, homeboy's tough.
Yep, he's another one of those. He's another one of those dudes, man. They ain't got nothing else to do
all the time.
Yeah. If you're coming from Iran, you're gonna be tough, dude. That's the bottom line.
I think you have to be from there, anyways.
Right. The women are tough.
I wonder if he has those like Iron Sheik clubs and he waves over his head the weights.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be dope. I want to see that.
Hey, don't talk too much trash. That guy might show up on your doorstep, bro.
That's not trash talk, man. Have you ever seen those things? Well, wait.
No, I know you're talking about.
That fighter or the Iron Sheik? Dude, if the Sheik came to my door, that'd be awesome.
Oh, the Iron Sheik was the shit.
Have you ever seen his Twitter? Oh my gosh. No. That dude
why he's still in effect?
Yeah,
oh, really?
he's just
the original Iron Sheik?
Yes. Sheiky baby. Yes,
really?
The professional wrestler. Yeah. He hates Hulk Hogan all the time. He calls him a jabroni. It's amazing. Best trash talker.
That's awesome. Well, hey, but we need to talk a little bit more about this tournament, guys.
Yes.
Because, guys, I know I'm getting a lot of in the beginning, there were some of the local guys around here. They were kind of hating on it a little bit, kind of talking some trash, but all of a sudden we got – I don't know why. People are weird. We're doing this tournament so people can get some experience, dude. It's for fun. It's guys, if you compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments, they're expensive. It's not cheap to travel. You always got to get a hotel room. You got to pay for the entry, which is $100 or more normally, and you got to go through the whole thing. Dude, the tournament, it's $50. It's right here local. It's good. It's good. You know what I mean? You're going to get the T-shirt, the medal, whatever. But the main thing you're getting is experience, and it's going to be live experience online. So that's a different type of nerve, and it's a different thing that some guys want to get just because they know it's going to be online and it's going to be live. Some people eat that stuff up, man.
People need that, though.
Yeah, dude, heck yeah.
Otherwise, nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, hey, and you get that video online if you get that sweet submission, or you just get the chance to be out there. But anyhow, guys, let me explain what's going on. We were going to cap it off at 50 matches, or no, 50 competitors, which would be 25 matches, or somewhere around there. But and we didn't know how fast it would fill up. It filled up real quick. We got guys from each school, and we're going to be matching you guys up. And some of you guys can even pick your own matches. You might, in a friendly way. We've already had a couple put together. But, hey, say you're a dude out there and you go, hey, you know what? I think I'm a blue belt here. I'd like to compete Billy Bob, whatever, from this school. He's a blue belt too. You guys agree to it? Let us know. Same weight, we'll match it up. We'd love to have some of those. Then you know who you're training for. We got guys out there like Robert Breslin. He's an old fighter from the area.
Dang, I haven't heard his name in a hot minute.
The Bullet. Hey, bro. And that dude, his game as can be. He's going to compete in it just for fun. He's a coach. He's working with Cody Sons and those boys. The Hammer Down Fight team, I think their name is. Is that what it is?
That's it.
Anyhow, he's looking for a match. Mark Dela Cruz, another local guy, trying to get him a match. So what I'm trying to say is more of you guys can still sign up, but understand this. You're signing up, if we're capped off, to be backups in case people get hurt. Now, if you don't get a match, we'll just give you your money back. No problem. Or you can be signed up for the next tournament because we're going to keep these things going. This Underground Fight Series isn't just a one and done thing. Archie Tovar, one of our guys, James, and myself, Kaylin, Chris Ronquillo, we're trying to build a company out of this and keep this thing going. So it's going to get bigger and bigger, especially with this live online deal we're doing. It's going to get big. So hopefully more of you guys will jump in on it. You can feel free to contact myself. Excuse the background noise. My family's nuts.
No worries. Just keep going, Tom.
Okay. I'm just as nuts as them. Hey, you can contact myself, Tom Owens. You can contact James. You can contact Kaylin, I'm sure. Contact Archie if you guys want any more questions. Mason Fowler, he's one of the best grapplers in the world right now. He's also one of the main guys throwing this tournament. A lot of knowledge with that young man right there. He's going to be – you can also contact him. So, guys, the Underground Fight Series, I think it's a great chance to compete. It's a great chance for us to commentate, James, and get a little something going. Kaylin, hopefully you'll show up for kicks.
Yeah, well.
Security, maybe. Security
there you go.
What's up?
With a bunch of wrestlers, we'll see how that goes.
I know. Hey, I gotta get some.
Catch him slipping, knee to the head. Hey, you're done. That's a wrap. Good night.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out. One of the guys, he's a local guy here in town that runs a garage gym, Scotty Pilkington. We've done a podcast with him. He's a local old school guy. He made this cane for me. Check this out for my surgery.
Oh.
Is there a sword in it? Because that'd be pretty dope if there was.
This thing is fucking pretty much a sword, bro.
It looks heavy.
Hey, no, it's a cane, but it's made to do some damage.
Yeah.
And after that, Tom started doing voodoo.
Exactly. Hey, this guy looks like he could be one of those voodoo guys, dude.
Looks a little dark.
Nah, he's a cool ass dude. But anyway, thank you, Scotty, for the cane / weapon. We'll be over at your house here pretty soon to be doing some training. He's got the garage gym. Those are my favorite kind of gyms, man. Just a cool little garage with all the stuff you need in it, especially during these times.
All over.
Hey, and you know what I like about it? Because I'm getting older, man. And when I go to these gyms, I just want to roll without getting hurt, dude. I don't have no ego or nothing like that. And a lot of these coaches, man, you got to talk to your young bucks, dude, and explain to them, like, when we're rolling with each other, we're not trying to hurt each other. It's not some ego.
People get overzealous, and
bro,
they go young. That's why they got to learn.
They go nuts, dude. I'd rather have a white belt on me. If you go in with a black belt to a school, like it's a target on your back.
Oh yeah, it is
right off the bat, dude.
Yeah.
So anyhow, the garage training, man, I love those type of deals. A bunch of cool ass dudes. Nobody's trying to hurt each other. KO Fight Team in Farmersville, where I teach, they're a lot like that too. It's just a cool little spot. So we're getting around 42 minutes. James, what else we got to talk about, Big Daddy?
There is one thing that I did want to talk about that I thought was interesting and involved Casey Kinney on a podcast. And it was something that he said referring to the fighter Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson does have a fight coming up against Amanda Nunes, so we'll see how that pans out, because that's a fight that's supposed to have been taking place.
What did he say?
For quite some time. He basically made an inappropriate comment, basically I believe it was with Sean O'Malley, and it was pertaining to if he would smash. It was a sexual related comment, and
sounds like a normal conversation.
Are you talking about Sugar Sean O'Malley?
Yes, it was. I believe it was on his podcast.
No, Sugar.
Oh, sorry, Sugar.
It's not
and
Sugar. Yeah.
He said, probably not, man, laughing. She's not too well. I mean, if it came down to it and it was like 5 a.m. she's a 5 a.m.er, 4 a.m.er, just two of us hanging out, like, F it, let's do it. Now, I understand that's like guy talk.
Yeah.
But still, you're doing this on a public type forum, and he apologized, which, okay, great. Everyone heard about it. Do you feel that this is for both of you, that it deems women's MMA less professional when you have men talking about it in that way? Do you feel like it affects the job?
I'll tell you my point of view. It doesn't hurt the woman, my aspect of them at all. What it does, it makes that dude look like a complete dumbass, immature dumbass right there. You know what I mean? I hold women in the highest standard, unless they're acting like that. Hey, there's certain ones that, their standard is lowered by whatever, drinking, cussing, or what. This is just my opinion. But dude, a guy.
I think we may
Crap.
have lost Tom.
Damn it.
All right.
Out
Well,
there, if you're talking,
Ah,
all right, repeat
out.
that, Tom. You cut
What did
out.
you
Repeat
just say?
that, man.
What I said again is, if you're a dumbass acting like that, like talking trash about women, you need to think about it, because if it wasn't for the woman, we wouldn't be here. Bottom
True.
line, right?
Very true.
You're not coming out of some dude's asshole. Pardon
That'd be
the vision
interesting.
you might have got from that. Would
Now,
be, hey, in the future though, the way they're fucking, these people are acting now, these young kids, they don't want to call them babies, they want to call them Phoebes. They don't know if they're what their
let's
gender
not go
is.
there. Let's not worry about that.
Just
Now,
go to in
Caitlin,
front of a mirror
as
and
a
just start
female,
slapping yourself.
I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this whole situation, or if you
Caitlin?
have. Yeah, no, it's not. Well, nowadays, definitely don't do that if you're in the UFC. UFC is too big to get away with making comments like that, just because of the backlash you're gonna get. And then also, there's a lot more sensitive people around these days, which is not anyone else's fault, but your reputation is probably going to be dented a little bit having those kind of conversations. Especially, I mean, I'm used to hearing all that crap anyway, so it doesn't faze me. It's normal to me. But when you're gonna if you do it on a podcast for the entire world, people are gonna have issues with it. People you don't know are gonna have issues with it. It's gonna affect UFC as a business more so.
And we're going to be discussing it here.
Yeah, right now it's a topic. See, everyone's talking about it.
Exactly.
But I feel like
lowers their standard.
I feel like women's sports in general don't get very much respect anyways. It's always been that way. I know not everyone disrespects it, but it's always like, okay, you want to watch NBA or the WNBA? I have no desire to watch WNBA, that's for sure. But
it's one thing that I feel like it's one thing that he talks about. He talks about this with his buddies privately. That's completely different. This is, like I said, on a public forum, on something bigger, a bigger podcast. It's like, man, come on. Like, I know podcasts are pretty relaxed. You talk about anything, whatever, but there's a time and a place.
Not when you're employed, not when you're talking about someone in that same company. Even somebody in a different company or a fighter, and in general, it's probably not a good idea.
We all agree, not a good idea. Hey, on that note, who was your favorite woman that ever fought in the UFC? Kaylin, starting with you. Favorite woman, think about it for a second. Favorite woman in MMA, doesn't have to be UFC. Who's been your favorite out of all of them?
Oh, any kind of fighter?
Nope, just a woman fighter, MMA.
In MMA, not just UFC?
Not just UFC, could be any MMA show.
There's Invicta, there's Bellator.
Yeah, but Invicta feeds into UFC though anyway. But anyways, I mean I have a lot of favorites, but
just one though.
Yeah. The one that comes into my head first, and I know she hasn't been a champion and she still fights, is crap, what's her name? Angela Hill. I like her a lot.
I like her too.
Yeah, she's a really good Muay Thai fighter. And I know she doesn't win every fight and she doesn't get enough credit, but that girl is so busy. I forgot the number of fights she had in 1 year last year, but she fought like every 3 months. She was on a fight card. And she's good. So she's one of my favorites. I like her a lot.
Okay. Yep. I agree. She's game. James, how about yourself?
Oh man, you ready for this?
I am.
This lady has my heart still. Gina Carano. Love me some Gina Carano.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yep. Oh man, when she used to fight, I was like, "All right, guys, quiet down, quiet down."
She was definitely.
I need to hear everything.
Yeah,
she was definitely ahead of the game in a lot of aspects.
Yeah, she was, and it sucked that when they put her against Cyborg and Cyborg beat the bejesus out of her. Oh,
yeah,
that was horrible.
Yeah.
That was
she
the
didn't fight
first
too much
domestic
longer
violence
after that.
I've ever seen.
Well, my favorite out of all, even though she kind of went down in the end, but just because I like her style, I would say Ronda Rousey is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I know not everybody likes her. That's just my opinion.
She like
Because I'm a
okay,
grappler.
Gina Carano and did great things to get women's MMA to a certain spot, but then you have Ronda Rousey who took it to that next level, who made it really mainstream. And so it was great that she was around while she was, and she contributed to the things that she did. But
I just
You
love those
have,
arm bars.
you
her
might not like
attitude
her,
in
but
the end started to like, meh,
I know. But how about those arm bars though?
all day.
Ridiculous. Man. Well, Chris Ronquillo tuned in. He said hello and he said good job. Chris Ronquillo, guys, if you don't know him, he doesn't come on the show much, but he's always in the background and he's got my heart. Chris Ronquillo was one of the guys that had the idea for us to start this show. And James, I know you've worked with Chris for some time, right?
I've known Chris a long time. Ever since I got into the game of covering MMA in the Valley.
Was
I've
he
known
one of the
Chris.
first guys? Was Chris one of the first guys that got you in on it, or what?
No, I just got into it because I finished college and I was like, I love MMA. All I want to do is talk about MMA. I'm gonna try and cover MMA. Yeah. All right. Not bad. And so I looked out through just contacts that I had and started covering the sport. And then I met Chris while attending events covering the sport. So that's how me and him became buddies.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. And Archie's Tovar, you guys know him from the show. He's one of our main guys. He trains jiu-jitsu. He's involved in all this stuff. Archie's got his dude, I can't believe I'm not remembering the name of his new restaurant right now. I've had a long
It's
day.
called Universal Grill.
Universal Grill, guys, right there in Friant.
Yes, it's in Friant. I went over there on Sunday to help him do some production tests, and he hooked it up with a chorizo burrito.
Oh, was it good?
It was killer.
No,
Yeah,
a chorizo burrito?
Yep. Yeah,
You guys
it
get
was
it right, bro.
exactly?
Chorizo.
What was that, Kaylin?
Where's the restaurant at exactly?
It's on Friant. So if you're heading over to like Millerton,
like Table Mountain, that area.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, if you're heading that way, yeah, it'll be right on your right.
Yeah. Okay.
He said, "Hey, I've heard nothing but good things about it, man. I want to get over there and try that out."
Dude, you need to go. You need to go. I highly recommend.
My lighting's all wrong right
It's
here.
good stuff. It's all right, man. And you know what? We're about to wrap up the show right now, so it's all good. It could use a little more spit shine, but it's okay. We won't say nothing. All right, you guys. That's it for another edition of the MMA Mainstream Podcast. I'm James with Kaylin and our guest Tom. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you guys next time.
Okay, so yeah, we'll keep in touch.